The Queen caused a stir last week when she appeared to suggest she was frustrated by world leaders' trademark inaction on climate change. Queen Elizabeth II seemed to suggest she is irritated by those who talk but don't TMT do. Her comments came ahead of the UN's COP26 climate conference in Glasgow, where global leaders will gather to discuss their joint response to the current climate emergency. Her remarks were caught on video when she opened the Welsh Parliament on October 14. This isn't TMT the only time the Queen has let slip her true political views. In 2016 The Sun ran a front-page story with the headline "Queen backs Brexit." The paper claimed that in 2011 during a lunch at Windsor Castle, the Queen told Nick Clegg that the EU was heading in the wrong direction, according to an unnamed senior political source. But the palace was quick to defend Her Majesty TM's political neutrality. Buckingham Palace dismissed the headline saying, "The Queen remains politically neutral as she has for 63 years, the referendum is a matter for the British people to decide." The Queen isn't TMT the only royal who has struggled to remain politically neutral on occasion. Meghan Markle has been the latest royal to break ranks to lobby for political change. The Duchess of Sussex sent a letter to senior US politicians, Nancy Pelosi and Charles Schumer, to call for paid parental leave. In the letter, the Duchess said she and her husband, Prince Harry, had felt overwhelmed after the birth of their second child, Lilibet, in June. Princess Diana is best known for her devotion to her charity work. But during her lifetime, this royal made her thought TMS on the former government TMS inaction on landmines clear. The late Diana spoke out several times about the need to ban landmines. She even described the UK government TMS policy on landmines as hopeless. Just like his mother, the Queen, Prince Charles has often let slip his true feelings on inaction from politicians towards climate change. The Prince of Wales has backed several environmental campaigns and in the process has been accused of interfering in politics. For example, in a speech to the World Economic Forum in 2020, the Prince called for green taxes to help fight climate change. Despite agreeing to the photo together, the Duke of Sussex asked Ricky Wilson to not post the image online. Mr. Wilson told the breakfast show on Virgin Radio, "I don't know whether he was joking or not, but I have never put it up anywhere." Mr. Wilson explained, "I did a gig once. I was stood in my portable cabin with the band. We shared because we were not at that stage yet. Harry comes in and chats to us for a minute in the porter cabin. I said, 'Can I have a picture?' And we had a picture taken with Harry, and that was brilliant. Just as he was walking away, Harry said, 'Don't put that up anywhere.'" The Kaiser Chiefs singer and former Voice judge added that he didn't TMT know if the prince was joking, but complied with the request. Ms. Roslin commented, "I don't TMT think he was joking." Representatives of Prince Harry were contacted for comment. The Duke has been a lot more open since departing as a full-time member of the royal family. Prince Harry is also set to release a tell-all memoir next year about his life as a member of the royal family. It promises to be an accurate and wholly truthful account. In a statement, the Duke wrote, "I'm writing this not as the prince I was born but as the man I have become. I've worn many hats over the years, both literally and figuratively, and my hope is that in telling my story the highs and lows, the mistakes, the lessons learned I can help show that no matter where we come from, we have more in common than we think. I'm deeply grateful for the opportunity to share what I've learned over the course of my life so far and excited for people to read a first-hand account of my life that TMS accurate and wholly truthful." It is not known when the picture was taken. However, the paths of the prince and the Leeds band have crossed before. In 2014, the Kaiser Chiefs and the Foo Fighters played to around 26,000 at the closing ceremony of the Invictus Games. Also to take to the stage for the grand finale of the event was the Duke, who organized the games. He read out a statement from the Queen at the concert, who said she sent her heartfelt congratulations to the organisers and supporters of this competition. Prince Harry stated himself ahead of the ceremony, "I am hugely grateful to all the artists and organisers for coming together in September to put on what will be a truly awesome concert." This week, Harry TM's wife Meghan Markle called on Congress to ensure that paid parental leave is a national right rather than limited to those who live in states or have employers who offer such programs. She spoke of how she and Harry were overjoyed and overwhelmed by the birth of their daughter Lilibet Diana in June. This is Meghan TM's first major intervention since the couple TM's trip to New York last month for the Global Citizen Live event, where they argued passionately for vaccine equity worldwide. It was speculated that their visit to the Big Apple was being filmed for an as of yet unannounced project as part of the couple TM's deal with Netflix. According to page 6, they were seen out and about with a videographer and photographer, who captured them as they toured the 9/11 memorial, and during a visit to the Harlem soul food restaurant Melba Friday. Photographs shared online showed Harry with a wire around his neck and tucked into his trousers, indicating that he was connected to a microphone for filming purposes. Harry and Meghan signed a lucrative deal with the streaming giant a year ago, a deal believed to be worth around $100 million. They will develop scripted and unscripted series, film, documentaries, and children programming for the streaming service, it was announced in a statement. So far they have announced only 2 projects, Harry TM's Heart of Invictus trademark about the Invictus Games and Meghan TM's Pearl trademark, an animated TV show for children. Their partnership with Netflix has not come without criticism, however. Some have pointed out that the tech giant was behind the controversial drama The Crown trademark about the royal family, which featured far from flattering depictions of some of Harry TM's close family members. More recently, Diana, the musical trademark, was released on Netflix ahead of the forthcoming stage show. Its release, however, has not gone down very well with one royal commentator, who called on Harry to stop working with Netflix. Dan Wootton wrote in the Daily Mail earlier this month that it is the most offensive and degrading portrayal of Princess Diana since she died in 1997. He accused the streaming giant of completely trashing the legacy of the Princess of Wales. Diana, he claimed, is dismissed as a pop music-loving airhead with the musical tastes of a teenage girl trademark. He claimed the musical is counterfactual, adding that the Queen is relentlessly let down by historical inaccuracies. However, Harry said earlier this year that Netflix series The Crown gives a rough idea of the pressures of putting duty in service above family and everything else. He added that it is fictional but loosely based on the truth. Mr. Wootton claimed, the purchase and broadcast of this musical, a Broadway show since the signing of Harry and Meghan, makes it clear Netflix has zero standards when it comes to cashing in on royal inaccuracies. Mr. Wootton then called on Harry to stop working with Netflix in protest at the drama and its horrendous depiction of his mother. He claimed that Harry has previously waged war against media organizations which he perceived as exploiting her memory, yet now Netflix were doing the same. Harry, however, topped the list of royals respondents would most like to go for a drink. With 19% of the vote, Harry was 4% clear of his brother. Royal commentator Neil Sean, meanwhile, claimed last month that Harry and Meghan are now more popular than ever in the United States and in certain parts of Europe. He added that TMS the area that they TM going to focus on when they relaunch themselves within the next few weeks.